UFC heads to Baku this weekend, and what better way for the promotion to make its debut in Azerbaijan than a main event between two Americans where Jamahal Hill and Khalil Rountree Jr. are set to lock horns in the main event. This fight has been a long time coming and was booked as far back as UFC 303 last June, but the pair are finally here to square off in this Saturday's main event. For Jamahal Hill, it was quite a quick rise up the light heavyweight rankings and into a title opportunity. He obviously suffered that early loss to Paul Craig early on in his UFC career, but he rattled off wins over the likes of Johnny Walker and Thiago Santos via knockout before getting an opportunity to fight Glover Teixeira for the UFC light heavyweight title. He obviously won that bout at UFC 283, but is coming off back-to-back losses, a main event against Alex Pereira at UFC 300, and last time out in January with a third round knockout defeat to Jiří Procházka. Khalil Rountree Jr. entered the UFC at 4-0 in 2016, and it's kind of been a slow burn on his UFC career with stumbles here and there mixed in with devastating knockout victories. He rattled off a 5-fight winning streak, culminated by a third round knockout win over Anthony Smith to get him into a title opportunity last October against Alex Pereira at UFC 307, and whilst that didn't go his way that night, I think Khalil covered himself in a lot of glory and really opened people's eyes to what he can do in the light heavyweight division. It's pretty clear why the UFC have tried to rebook this fight so many times, and that's because it's more than likely going to be a stand-up affair and will more than likely culminate in a devastating knockout for either man. When we recently spoke with Jamahal Hill on the Inside Fighting YouTube channel, he kind of echoed this in saying that this is going to be a great fight and that he likes to land knockout shots and Khalil likes to land knockout shots and somebody's going to more than likely fall over. The range is going to be so key in this fight. Jamahal Hill is probably better at boxing range, whilst Khalil is probably better at kickboxing range with that Muay Thai style that he likes to operate under. Hill, I would argue, probably has more one-punch KO power, but Khalil fights with a certain level of viciousness and intensity that's going to be so key for him to get over the line in this matchup. I would argue that one of the key tensions around this fight is whose recent losses have taken more out of them. Khalil got a lot of credit for his performance against Alex Pereira, but that fourth round was a particular beating, and it's going to be interesting to see if that has any lingering effects. Conversely, Jamahal is coming off two back-to-back KO losses. Now, neither man has taken too much damage in their career to be a massive concern, but it could be something that we could see play out as a factor on Saturday night. It's so hard to pick a winner in this fight, given either man could knock out the other at any moment, but I'm going to pick Jamahal Hill to get over the line in this fight. I feel like he's going to have a strength and a size advantage. Also, you could argue an experience advantage in a lot of ways, and I feel like he's going to be able to get over the line in devastating fashion against Khalil Rountree in Azerbaijan this Saturday. In terms of what's next for the winner, this fight is almost an opportunity for either man to keep themselves in title contention and in or around the top 5 at 205. For me, the winner of this fight should probably fight Carlos Ulberg next, who's ranked number 3 and ranked above both of these fighters, and would almost take the position of a quasi-title eliminator for the next guy up after Magomed Ankalaev defends his title against either Alex Pereira or Jiří Procházka next.